Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel and happy Spooktober. Today I am here to show you where Zur is and what he has and such. He's up in Nessus in the Watcher's Grave. You drop right there, you end up spawning in over there, and you come up on this tree, and here is good old Zur. Today his offerings are pretty interesting. None of them stand up that far, but he's got, of course, the exotic normally Hard Light, which is a really fun little weapon for master for like nightfalls and stuff because you can change it for every element. But stasis, of course. Um, and it is anti-barrier auto rifle right now, so that could be very useful in Grandmasters and such. Just so you can pop every shield and take out a barrier. Shards of Galinor, he's had this in the past, but Shards of Galinor is a really cool looking exotic that for hunters that allows you to get your Blade Barrage back a little bit after you use it. So based on the number of hits, your super will actually recharge after the super ends. It's not instant like other super regens. It's like you get the kills, you wait a second, and you'll get a buff on the side of your screen. So you can't die immediately afterwards and get the effect, which I think is kind of dumb, but that's a different issue. And it's busted in Mayhem because you get a few kills and it just auto charges your super. It's kind of dumb. Crest of Alpha Loopy has been coming back into the meta recently due to the peak shooting for Titans. So what you do is you put up your barricade and it heals you. So that's pretty nice. It's like get behind cover, put up your barricade, and you'll gain a little bit extra health so you can re-challenge. And when you pop a super, it generates extra orbs. An additional orb, I don't think is quite right. I think it's maybe one or two, but I'm not sure. Great for bubbles. And one of my personal favorites is the Funbracers or Sunbracers. Increases the duration of solar grenades, solar melee kills, grant unlimited melee or unlimited grenade energy for a period of time. These are my Sunbracers, by the way. That's an ornament. They normally look like this, but Sunbracers are a really fun exotic. So what you do is you get a melee kill, and you literally can throw 5 more grenades until that runs out. And if you put on a specific mod, it used to be arc, but I think they changed it. Yeah, no, it's momentum transfer. So you put on momentum transfer or some charge with light stuff, and causing damage with the grenades that you throw will actually recharge your melee abilities. So so if you set this up just right, and you can run 2 of these, if you set it up right, every time you throw a series of grenades, it'll be fully recharged on the melee will be fully recharged for you to do it again. So it's a lot of fun. And then next for the legendaries, we've got the Dire Promise. Once again, he's selling this weapon. Dire Promise is a really good weapon with Swashbuckler ×5, so like get a melee kill. It hits for 93 to the head, and I think something like 50 or 60 to the body. I don't remember, but it's a really good weapon. Auto loading holster. I mean, I guess if you want to run around with a sniper or a shotgun out after you're done firing out, that's fine. But I wouldn't. I don't know. It's not bad though. And with the sights, sure shot and hit mark. So for mouse, I would do sure shot, and then hit mark for. I would do hit mark for controller. And of course, Stability Masterwork is always great. I recommend Icarus. The Giant 7 is a pretty fun little weapon from back in the New Monarchy days. Full auto and outlaw. It's not the best roll, but if you don't have this thing, I'd add it to your collections. It's a 390 pulse, so the same archetype of Bygones, if you know what that is. It's a fun little weapon. Same archetype here, the Last Perdition. Under pressure, kill clip is significantly better in my opinion. So kill clip, you get a kill and you reload for extra damage, and it becomes much more lethal, like a high impact pulse. So think like Messenger. And then under pressure is always a good perk because you get stability and you get better stats as you fire out the weapon. So the gun's good all the way around. As a lighter counterpart to the aggressive frame shotguns, the Seventh Seraph is pretty good, actually. So this is a really good handling role, I would say. So put on light mag, barrel shroud, and of course you have the handling masterwork. Snapshot is really nice because they removed how quick draw used to act. So it used to be that quick draw would let you ADS really quickly, and for shotguns that's very important because ADSing makes sure that all the pellets go where you want them to. This is a really good perk here. Autoloading actually is really not bad on a shotgun in PvP. I would of course replace that if you could with quick draw, but not everything can be perfect here. So autoloading, you get a shotgun kill, and you put it away, and it'll reload whatever shells you have in there. And then of course Icarus grip in this case, because air shots and shotguns or Geometry in this game is very weird. You can run off rocks and it counts you as being in midair, even though you're not. So, Hollow Words is a precision frame fusion, so same archetype as the Plug One, I think. Um, Lead from Gold Disruption Break is very interesting. So every time you pick up heavy ammo, you get ammo for this one, which is a pretty nice perk for PVE. And then Disruption Break, you break a shield on an enemy, and you gain 50% damage for your kinetic weapon against that enemy. So, given the fact that it's a special weapon, I'd say that's not as cool as you'd think. But what it allows you to do is, say you're running like a Fatebringer as well. Then what you do is you pop the shield of like a captain or something and switch to your Fatebringer, which is suddenly like insanely powerful as opposed to just like a normal primary. So also Error came out and said that accelerated coils is better, so accelerated coils, and I'd say chamber compensator is probably the better way to go. Behringer's memory, this one has shield disorient, which doesn't really you know do anything. I mean, it's kind of like having a really bad version of blinding nades from a tube launcher, so I would probably pass on this one. And then the Keening can be interesting. I mean, Wellspring is a pretty good perk for primaries in general, and ricochet rounds are always great because that extra stability bonus. Um, and then, so yeah, moving target, it would be pretty accurate. I would say if you're a mouse player, sidearms are kind of like not good, so I wouldn't pay attention to them. But if you're a controller player, a sidearm like this would feel really good in PvP if you want to change a pace. Also, the armor, this one's pretty interesting. This chest piece is pretty interesting for the warlocks. I don't know about the other classes. Now you see there's a huge difference between the chest piece I have on and this one. Now there really isn't actually. It's pretty much the same insane thing, just move 10 from recovery to resilience. But the armor piece I'm wearing was actually from that day when Ada had that really insane chest piece, and I bought 3 of them. But to be honest, since resilience is a good perk as well, this is not a bad start. So I'd pick that up if you need some good armor for PvE. Also, what I'll leave you with for the day is Ada actually has a pretty awesome mod if you like Charged with Light stuff. Charged Harvester, unfortunately for Warlocks, provides a -10 recovery bonus or debuff, I mean, but it's still a really good bonus in general. So what you do is, while you're not charged with light, any kill or assist has a chance to make you charged with light. So that means that any weapon that you use allows you to, in theory, get charged with light. It procs stuff like High Energy Fire, which until you get a kill will give you 25% extra damage on your weapons, and so that's pretty great. Or Reactive Pulse, when you take damage, you emit a pulse of arc damage, which allows you to pop some shields and lower level activities. So some pretty useful stuff that you can do with Charged with Light, but it is also a void mod, so keep that in mind. Another thing you can do with Charged with Light is you can stack it with you can stack that with stacks on stacks, so that each time you pick that up from Charged Harvester, it gives you 2 instead. And then Protective Light as well gives you crazy damage resistance when you go red bar, and it gives you extra ones based on the number of stacks of Charged with Light you lose when that activates. So you can become really beefy. But yeah, I hope that's helpful, and I hope you enjoy this week. And apparently, there's no trials this week, so Iron Banner is a lot of fun though, because you are chasing some new things like Peace Bond. Um, the role that I'm really looking for, this is okay, but the role that I'm really looking for is Subsistence and Headstone. So I can run around and infinitely shoot ads and spawn crystals everywhere. And the crystals would allow me to activate all of my stasis abilities, and it would just be a lot of fun and a lot of shattering everywhere. So um, good luck with your grinding for all that sort of stuff, as well as stuff like the Reese Walker and all sorts of things. This weapon's pretty dang good. I don't know which is better though, Reese Walker or Practice. That's kind of a personal thing, but yeah. So good luck with your RNG, and thanks for watching. Subscribe if this is helpful. Have a nice day.